thing you do when you're getting ready to stretch paper is you need to draw a border around the edge so that you can line your tape up with it. And if you do a little bit, around a half an inch is plenty big for your border. So remember, you always mark 2 lines on each side of the paper. So I'm going to mark in a half an inch at the top, half an inch at the bottom. Then I'll line my ruler up and draw the line. Okay, just a note about the paper tape. Do not set this roll of tape down in a puddle of water on the counter because you'll glue the whole entire roll together, and that will ruin the whole thing. So make sure that you don't. Once you have the line drawn all the way around, you're going to turn your paper over. You're going to take you want a pretty clean sponge, so make sure there's no wet paint on it or anything before you use it. Get it wet, and then I'm going to drizzle the water on the back of the paper and then spread it around. I'm not rubbing very hard because I don't want to tear the paper apart. I just want to get it all wet so it's equally wet. And you can kind of hold it up to the light and you can look to see where it's not shiny, and then you know that's where you missed. Okay, so then I'll turn it over. And I'll get the other side wet. Okay, so it checks, it looks like it's all nice and clean. I'm going to try to straighten it so it's straight on the board. But once you get it wet, don't do a lot of moving it around because it's going to wrinkle, and that's okay, because once it dries, it'll dry flat. Okay, so then you get your tape ready. And I need to tear 4 pieces, and I usually just try to tear them all at one time. Then when I'm looking at my paper, it's wrinkling up more on the sides right here. So I'm going to get that wet. I'm going to tape that down first before it wrinkles anymore. So I just get my tape wet because it's not sticky until you get it wet. Then I line it up with the edge of the line. And I push this down, and I'm trying, I don't want to make any wrinkles or creases. I guess wrinkles will be there, but you don't want any creases in the paper itself because you want a nice flat surface to paint on. I'm going to go and do both sides first before, so opposite sides. Okay, and then we'll do the bottom. And that's easy because it's not wrinkly. Okay, then once you have all the pieces of tape on, you're going to need to keep an eye on this while it dries because sometimes your paper tape will lift off a little bit, so there's a spot here where it's lifting off. So you need to push that back down. And you can also blow dry this. So then it'll dry straight, and it's amazing. It looks really wrinkly now, but when it dries, it's going to dry flat, and then when you paint on it, it doesn't wrinkle. So when you blow dry it, set it up like this, and get out the blow dryer and just lightly blow dry it until it's dry, and then keep pushing down that paper tape if it pulls up so that it doesn't come out from underneath there. Okay?